Hey all my YouTube friends, welcome back to The Distressed Princess and episode 4 of my Christmas craft series. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and hit that button so you don't miss any of my videos. The first DIY is using this basket that I got from the Dollar Tree to make a farmhouse collar to go around the base of this small Christmas tree that I got at Hobby Lobby for only $10. The first thing I wanted to do other than removing the tag was to take this ruffly, I want to call it like an elf collar edge, take that edging completely off. It peels off, it leaves a little bit of glue behind, but that didn't bother me. The second thing you'll need to do is remove the buckle, which is only plastic, so it was easily cut right off. So my idea was to cut an opening in the basket so that the tree could slide inside and the basket could close back around it. So I cut a slit up what I would now call the back side of the basket to the middle. Now when you get to the middle, all of these little reeds are stacked, and so they were a little bit harder to cut with scissors. So I used wire cutters to cut a circle where the trunk of my tree will be into the center of the basket. Now that the basket is cut apart, it doesn't want to hold together quite as well, so you'll want to secure those edges so that it doesn't come all undone. And I just used a hot glue gun to glue everything down and keep everything secure while I'm working. So the next thing was to see how the collar was going to fit around my tree, and you see right there, it's not wanting to fit exactly right, so I needed to do just a little bit more trimming. And so just trim your circle bigger to accommodate for the width of your tree trunk. I started out painting the basket with my Waverly white chalk paint, but at the advice of my little helper, Piper, he told me to put the lid back on that because it just wasn't working out very well, and it was easier to just take it outside and spray paint it. So I did, and he was totally right. It went on so much better. It covered all the little nooks and crannies. When it was dry, I brought it back inside for the second fitting around the base of my tree. And it looked like it was going pretty well. I was very happy with the way it was going around. You have some options as to what you want to do with the back of your collar. It could be secured shut with hot glue or any other means that you can think of to fasten that closed. But I just left it be. It didn't bother me at all because it closed well enough that when you have it the backside toward a wall, nobody sees that. So I just left it alone. You could embellish it with all kinds of decorations, but I liked mine simple, clean, white. DIY number 2 is using this cute winter hat that I found at the Dollar Tree, one of the Dollar Tree vases, and these little ornaments that I found at Walmart. I'm only using the part of the hat that has the snowflakes because I'm going to make kind of a sleeve around the vase. So the first thing I needed to do was cut the part of the hat that I wanted to use off. I didn't want my sleeve to be very, very thick around the vase, so I wanted to cut the lining of the hat away from the actual sweater part. And you can see where that's sewed together, so I just cut the threads and pulled it apart. Then cut the bottom edge of your sleeve. Then begin making your sweater wrap by cutting an opening for the vase to go into. Now we're not going to leave the edges raw and jagged like that, so hot glue those down to make a nice clean edge. And here's a disclaimer, I wish that I would have left myself more room when I was cutting off the puffy ball part of the hat toward the top of the hat, the first part that we cut, because when you fold that over, it took away some of the little snowflake design. So don't do like I did, leave yourself room to hot glue those edges over. So this is the LED candle that I had. It came from Dollar General a long time ago, and it's not exactly Christmassy, but my sweater sleeve is going to hide that design. So here I'm just checking to see where my placement on the vase should be in order to hide the design on my candle. Now obviously, if you didn't have a design that you were trying to hide on a candle, you could place your sweater sleeve or sweater wrap anywhere. But when I was happy with the placement, then I put some hot glue down and began to wrap it around my vase. She's looking pretty cute just like that, right? But I had these ornaments that I wanted to use. So I took the one that said let it snow because I thought it matched the snowflakes so good, and I began kind of playing around with where I wanted to put it. It looks pretty cute on the glass like that, I have to admit. I kind of wish I would have put it there, but I didn't want to put any hot glue on the glass, so I just kind of tucked it down inside my sleeve by the little jute string that it was hanging from. Just tucked it right down inside there, no hot glue needed. And DIY number 3 is using these little fabric gift bags that I got from the Dollar General. Actually, I'm only just going to be using this one with the mittens. The first thing you need to do is remove those red strings from the bag. You just cut off the ends and pull them right out. Always remember to let your little furry helper give his stamp of approval, let him in on your craft, let him be part of your craft, and just accept that he's going to sit on your craft. If you haven't guessed it already, we're going to turn this gift bag into a pillow, a little tiny accent pillow. And I like to use the stuffing out of regular bed pillows that I get from the dollar stores. This particular one came in a pack of 2. It was only $2, making each pillow only $1. And my little furry helper Piper likes to help me fluff the stuffing before I put it in my pillow. The next thing I saw was that my design wasn't going to be completely centered, so I needed to trim off part of the top, which I just cut using the hem that was already there.